Alright people, suppose I have to address the elephant in the room, because I imagined some saw the title and thought, Is Spoon drunk or high? He's lost his mind, hasn't he? That thumbnail is far too base for Anna. What's going on, Spoon? Are you in danger? Do you need help? Blink if you need help. Don't worry, I'm fine. But in case you need reassurance, let's see if I can cobble together some words that will put your mind at ease. So, let's see. The Small Hats, Conquering, Age of Kings, the Kaiser Whiskey, and lastly, Genes and IQ is definitely freaking real. There, hopefully that should suffice. I imagine some new person would come through and go, oh, he was dog whistling to the Nazis. Yes, I totally was. Which is why I said the Kaiser. Idiot. I've actually wanted to do this video for a while now, so with that being said, I'm going to ask all of you to resist the, I'm sure, overwhelming urge to say, why on earth should we lavish praise on this progressive bin? Let us stew in our own stupidity. She asked for that help. Understandable, though I'm quite sure if this is your most desired response, you've never charmed a lady before. We gain nothing by acting like vindictive peers, denigrating, deriding, and demeaning Anna. Rather, it would behoove us to court the troubled lass like a wise but forgiving guardian. It'd be the smarter play. Besides, think of how many leftists you would enrage just by being nice to her. Slaughtering an enemy is good for a battle, but converting them for a war is far more demoralizing and more fun. Now, Lord knows I would never interact with the plebs at TYT because they are beneath me, but at least on my end of the digital sphere, Anna's been making the rounds for the last 4 or 5 months, I would say, maybe, and it's been interesting. Her latest penny-dropping moment, if we can use that phrase, has been one of many, and I believe apart from coming out against entitlement programs, Anna has taken a public stance against everything she's advocated for in her entire journalistic career, and what's more interesting, from the right. Watch her talking to Jenker about the gas and stove thing and the green energy bollocks.
The way that it happens is, I know that in California at least, with the phasing out of gas-powered cars, and they'll probably do the same thing with gas stoves, is they just ban the sale of any new gas-powered cars or any new gas stoves. And so the technology that you have in your home, the gas stove that you have in your home, if it breaks, not only are you not able to buy a new one, but it gets increasingly more difficult to just repair it. You get what I'm saying? And so like,
I get it, but that's a bump. That's the normal bumps in the road as you transition to things.
I know, but Cenk, like, don't minimize the financial burdens associated with these things, okay?
No, I'm not.
Because like, I am literally freaking the fuck out about the charging station thing. I'm like, it's gonna cost. We're gonna take out a massive fucking loan to pay for it. We're not getting any help from the fucking government on that.
Did you guys ask? Is there any tax credits?
Fellas, let me give you all a heads up. If a woman ever looks at you like that, it means she wants to kill you.
Like, fuck off. I'm so sick of it. It's just like endless pressure. I can't take it.
Yeah, I hear you. And we ask too much of the middle class. We ask too much of the average person.
The middle class is the most fucked group of people in this country.
No, I hear you on all that. But at some point, we gotta go to electric cars. We don't have a choice. Like the plant's burning, so we gotta go to electric cars. So.
Okay, I don't care what anyone says. That face right there says, I don't believe this bullshit. And Anna damn well knows this is a crock of shit. It is a global scam. Before, she was irate at the incompetence of California when it comes to the energy grid, and she also expressed concern about the minerals needed for this Green New Deal bollocks intruding on native land, and it's essentially amounting to colonization, and you could see the look on her face trying to square saving the planet progressive bullshit with exploitation of native resources. It was great fun to watch. Then some months back, when you know which demographic continues to cause hell wherever they go, she blasted the Democrats for being weak on crime. She went on Twitter and she had to go the truth, saying phrases like birthing people is degrading to women, which it is. Although I do love when liberal ones say they're more than just their genitals, but when that aspect is stripped from them, oh, they get very upset, which is hilarious. Still, it did take some balls to say that, and yes, pun definitely intended. She even chastised one of her own co-workers for race hustling in the wake of the hoods, as Dirty Harry would say, trying to jack a bike from the pregnant woman coming out of the hospital. And now she came out against DEI training because it disparages the views of white women. No shit, Anna, we've only been telling you this for frickin' ages now. The cream of the crop in the West is the European male, and so to weaken us, the powers that be sought to drive a wedge between its men and its women, and promise women all kinds of snake oil bullshit of, oh, you can be equal to men, which is a complete crock. And when you've outlived your usefulness, the purity spiral will deem your white skin is now evil, and the white men who've got any sense and desirability will end up with Asian women because their culture actually values masculinity. Ah, what a fun journey it is. Although she's married though, so probably won't affect her all that much, but keeping up appearances and all of that. I will say though, some months ago I was watching Hot Bastard, and Anna did a segment on the insane mortgage scheme the administration is pushing at the moment, and she went off. She came in locked and loaded. It was outstanding. No party politics, no nonsense. She was all business, did her homework, brought receipts, and went to freaking town. I was shocked. I was sitting there thinking, who is this woman and what have you done with Anna? Because this version is fantastic. And if this is the journalistic standard you're capable of doing, what the hell are you doing at TYT? You're far too good for them. The thing is with Anna, I get the impression she's very susceptible to the opinion of those around her. But if you can get her away from all of that and ask her what she's really feeling, it's quite different from what we see. Because most of what she's expressed over the last couple of months, at TYT no less, has been on her own, which is notable. As I said before, there are those who tell you how they want the world to be versus those who deal with the world how it actually is. Anna right now is trying to cling to the former, but is experiencing personally the latter, and you can see it's driving her fucking crazy. She'll have to make the switch at some point though, because progressivism is a drug. It will either drive you suicidal and insane, or you can leave. You have no other option. A happy progressive does not exist. Anna's not stupid. Hell, she might even be quite bright. There's definitely a sane, rational person in there somewhere, and it's dying to get out. Every time she lets loose, you can see it trying to break free. That hostile, snarky attitude that's terribly off-putting about her, that's the progressive cult part that's pushing that. Should she split from it, I reckon she would mellow out and become normal like everyone else does. Although one good thing about her being at TYT is she is slowly driving more and more people, and herself for that matter, to the right, whether she knows this or not. But should she decide to leave TYT, or even went to the right, or even become independent, I would happily defend her against anyone who calls her a grifter because it wouldn't come out of nowhere. No, her progressive journey towards the right has been very public, in fact. Wouldn't exactly brand her a right-winger or anything anytime soon, but considering her actions, what she's been public about opposing? Anna, you've had a go at virtually everything the modern left stands for. You can claim any label you want, but your actions lead to only one conclusion. You, my dear, are not a lefty.
Look, I think this discourse has had a devastating impact on the country because when you mix business interests with the branding of social justice, chances are the objective is really about profit rather than actually addressing systemic issues.